Hello, everyone. Welcome to This is Life Yoga. Again, and still will always be super excited because this is my passion project and something that I definitely put my heart and soul into. So, thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first video, and welcome back. If this is continuing on for you, I'm glad everybody is here with me today. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Kimberly, pronouns she, her, hers, and this is our 15 Minutes and Under series. So, we focus on self-care and listening to your body. So it is important that you do what you want to do. If self-care for you is listening to this video and reading a book, that's fine. If I offer a posture that's just like, nuh-uh, not happening, no way, that's fine. Do something else. That is totally okay. You are empowered to make that decision. And child's pose and shavasana are always available to you during these videos. So please feel free to take them. Sometimes laying in shavasana for 15 minutes is just wonderful. So I recommend trying it at some point if you haven't done it before, or doing legs at the wall. Fantastic. And today we're going to focus a little bit more on our shoulders and our upper back. So if you can set yourself up near the wall, that would be ideal. So you have choices of whether you use the wall or you use the floor. I want you to have a choice of what feels better in your body and go to where you want to go. I'm always near a wall, but I love having support nearby, and it also happens to work with the space that I have. So when I'm going to do a quick demo before we get going. So we're going to have choices of where we go. So if you're going to go, we're going to be in a tabletop, and if you're going to use the floor, we're going to be threading the needle to stretch our upper back. This in and out of itself can be intense as well. So please don't do it if that doesn't feel good to you. I'm acknowledging that, depending on the level of your tightness of your upper back. So you can even just come up, cross your arm, and hold, and you're going to get a nice stretch too, without the intensity of the floor. Okay, so that's going to be your first option. Cut my head off when I stood up. The other thing we're going to work on is with the wall. Our arm is going to be against the wall, and that can also be an intense stretch too, right? To use the wall. So I want to acknowledge that's not for everybody. So what we're getting at is we're stretching right here. So if you'd like, you can grab your hands behind your back, and you're going to get a nice, beautiful stretch there too. There's your option there as well. And if none of those feel good, that's okay. Roll shoulders forward and backward. And also grab your elbow. You're going to get a nice tricep stretch. But then you can also lean over to the side, deepening that stretch on either side. Grabbing, and you can also just do a little chest opening too. So I'm giving you those options now, so that way you can go right to where you want to go in the midst of all this. We want you to be empowered to make choices. So that's what this is. You need to do what's best for you, not necessarily what I'm doing. So we're going to start in our tabletop. From here, we're going to take some cat-cows just to kind of warm up our spine. So inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, round your spine. Into your cat, feel like you stretch across your upper back. Inhale into your cow. Exhale, arching down. Stay in your cat for a minute. And just kind of side to side. Just maybe one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. The side to side in your shoulders. And then get your hips in the party. Now you're kind of keeping yourself in this cat. Now you're almost doing a side stretch by bringing your hip to meet your shoulder. Not anatomically quite possible, but imagine that you're doing it well in your cat versus your tabletop. And then find your neutral tabletop. Take a minute here. We're just going to lean back a little bit. We're stretching our wrists, and a little forward. Can be quite intense. So you moderate the intensity by how far forward or how far back you go. or stay tabletop. Fantastic option. Okay, so we are now going to do our thread the needle. So pick your option based on what I demoed earlier. So we're going to thread our left underneath, and I'm going to have to flip. You're not going to have to, but I am just for demonstration purposes, so just know that ahead of time. And we're going to hang out here for a few breaths. No matter where you went, what posture you're in. And breathe. Like I said, sometimes get intense, so make sure you're breathing. The other thing I do, I've got bony shoulders, so I'm on carpet on my yoga mat. Not everybody does that. Put a blanket underneath if you'd like. That will help take some of the pressure if you're on something hard. It's hardwood floor. And coming out of that. Reaching your arm up to the sky. Roll your wrist. And coming back down. I'm gonna flip. You stay where you are. You're more than welcome to flip if you'd like, but there's no need. I have to. And then we're gonna go thread our right arm underneath. Everybody has a side that's a little bit, potentially a little bit more intense than the other. That's this for me. Remember, the only thing you ever have to do when you're in the mat is breathe. Important that you keep breathing. Come down to the floor. Reach your arm up. Rotate your wrist one way and then the other. And then come back. Okay. So before we take our wall stretch, shake out your shoulders. Check in, see how your back is feeling. Check it in. Right? You may not want to go on to the next thing. That's okay. You are empowered to do not that. You can do something else. Right? Go right to take a shavasana. Not a problem for child's pose, right? If you take a child's pose and you still want to get some upper back stretch, block. You're going to get some shoulder and upper back stretch just by putting a block underneath. And it's not as intense. So that's another option for today. As you can tell, this one, I'm really on that making choices thing that's the best for you. So I'm kind of putting a little bit of more choice in today. I hope you all find that helpful. You'll have to let me know in the comments. So take your left arm, place it against the wall. You can either standing or seated, doesn't matter. And put yourself against the wall, leveling out your arm. You can drop your arm too. If you want to go deeper, level it up against, so even with your shoulder, close even with your shoulder. And the other thing, so I mentioned you'll be able to grab behind your back. Instead of doing this, is you can take a strap, necktie, scarf, whatever you want, and put that between your hands. So you don't have to reach all the way to your hands, and that'll give your shoulders a little bit more room, and you'll have a little bit more space in between. And still get a good stretch. And all this is about choice and taking care of you. Release them. Shake your arm out. I'm going to grab my strap so I can show you what I need real quickly. And flip sides at the same time. This time you go off the flip sides to do the other side if you're using the wall. So I need that big move to grab the strap between your arms, give you a little bit more space, and still get a stretch. That's what I need. And you can come closer in on the strap, further out, depending on what you need. Straps are a great prop to have. A scarf with a necktie, where you don't have to have a dedicated yoga strap. You can make do with what's around the house. So set it up for the other side or another set if you're going for behind you with your arms clasped or using the strap. The other thing is you're also empowered to come out of something before I come out of it. You're like, I'm done. Listen to your body and come out of it. So sometimes get a tricep stretch out of this too. Remember, breathing is all you ever have to do. I'm going to keep saying it, probably at nauseam. All right, shake your other arm. Shake your arms out, both arms out if you thought. Shake it out. And then take a quick minute and check it and see what is your chest and your upper back feeling from where you started to where you are now. Just take a quick scan. How are you feeling? I know I'm feeling a bit more open. It's actually easier for me to open my chest and sit tall. Amazing, especially if we come over at a desk. That whole doesn't collapse with it. You stretch our upper back, stretch our chest. We can go and show off our beautiful selves. Again, please feel free to leave comments down below. I love hearing from you all. It does mean something to me, believe it or not. It really does. I do respond to comments. There's social media links below as well. Please feel free to follow social media. Please feel to like, share, subscribe. All those things do help this channel get found. And I really appreciate when you do that. So thank you all so much to my community for joining me today. I hope that you continue to come back to these videos and you find them useful. With that said, that is it for today.